Hello everyone, I'm David Murdoch and welcome to the final Bledisloe Cup encounter of 2006, a must-win game for the Wallabies if they hope to keep the Tri-Nations alive. The Cup may be gone for another 12 months, but the Wallabies are seeking redemption. A victory over the Blacks this afternoon could also provide a platform for next year's World Cup. A third loss could leave even deeper scars. Fox Sports is the only place you can see all today's action live, uninterrupted and nationwide, so stick with us for what is sure to be another thrilling encounter.
The view of here at Eden Park in Auckland. They've had a pretty good week weather-wise. Overcast, the rain staying away for the time being. And a capacity crowd of 47,000 expected here today for what they are calling the Tri-Nations Decider. Of course, the All Blacks already have the Bledisloe Cup wrapped up, and a win with a bonus point here at Eden Park will be enough to clinch the Tri-Nations for the second year in a row. Plenty of gold in the crowd, which is always great to see. And I think the fans are expecting the Wallabies to have a real go at the All Blacks here. It's been a long time between drinks as far as wins go. There's Phil Waugh. The Wallabies making their way out now and never, of course. The Bledisloe is gone. A loss today will spell the end of their Tri-Nations hopes. Chasing their first win of this ground since 1986. They've lost 7 in a row since the side captained by Andrew Slack won here 20 years ago. They haven't won a Tri-Nations test on the road since 2001, trying to emulate the Wallabies of 1990 and 1998. They're the sides that upset the All Blacks at home before going on to win the Rugby World Cup the following year. And Phil Waugh gets a start here.
Phil Waugh, it's probably the best move the Wallabies selectors have made in terms of changes. Have a look at that. You just saw it in his eyes then as he turned. The motivation he's got in a fresh set of legs could well decide this test match, his battle with Richie McCaw. The work they talk about him being hard on the ball, he's the man. Stephen Larkham come in for some criticism after not changing the game plan in the last test match against the South Africans, but he's an experienced player and this is a man they need. If they can get good ball, he's the man that'll set them on track where most people, especially Wallaby supporters, believe we have the advantage in the centres.
Larkham making his debut in 1996. There's a look at the bench. McIsaac, Baxter, Chisholm, Smith, Sheehan, who hopes to make his debut in the number 20 jumper, the reserve scrum half, Gerard, and also Matt Rogers. Well, it's a silverware. Bledisloe Cup on the left, the Tri-Nations trophy on the right. Of course, the Wallabies have lost 7 out of the last 9 test matches against New Zealand. A win is long overdue. George Gregan today extending that record of the most number of test caps, his 126th international. 3 changes to the Wallaby side that started against the Springboks a fortnight ago in Sydney. 5 changes to the All Black side that started Bledisloe 2 in Brisbane, and Richie McCaw leads them out. They've retained the Bledisloe for another year. Now they have the Tri-Nations trophy in their sights. A win with a bonus point will clinch that title.
Oh, and how hard are they going to be beat Clarkie? But I think we can do it. There's Jason Eaton. He is just one of 3 world-class locks in this outfit. He's really dynamic around the park. He's got a good line-out game. And he was one of the guys that forced a try against the Wallabies on their own throw in that Bledisloe #1. An impressive player. And then you look at their back line. Well, there's no duds there. 2 new centres. Toieva, this is only his 2nd test in the centres. 20 years old, but he's a quality player. He's had a good Super 14. And he's just another one of those hard-running, powerful centres that New Zealand just endlessly produce.
Well, we're standing by for the anthems now, because the All Blacks, unbeaten at home in recent seasons, winning 20 in a row on Kiwi soil. That is a New Zealand record. Before the anthems, we're going to have a moment's silence for Dame Teata Rangikahu, the Maori Queen, who passed away this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain upstanding.
Wonderful gesture by the New Zealand Rugby Union, because this nation has been saddened by the loss of their Maori Queen. The All Blacks, they've won 4 in a row against Australia and haven't lost to the Wallabies in New Zealand since Dunedin 2001. Time now for the national anthems. Plenty of support for the Wallabies at Eden Park. Thousands have made the trip across the ditch.
Please remain standing
for this third
the national anthem
Tri
of New
Nations
Zealand
encounter.
to be sung by Tim Beveridge. Hey, ho.
Cameras on the youngster, the 20-year-old Isaiah Toiava in the number 13 jumper. Current winning streak is 13 for the All Blacks. The last team to beat them was South Africa in the Tri Nations Opener last year. 6 from 6 in 2006. 2 wins over Ireland, 2 over Australia, and they've beaten Argentina and South Africa once. Now they're setting up for the Haka, and what's it going to be? New or old? They didn't do it in Brisbane. They've given the Aussies something to think about here in Auckland. Of course, they kept Australia trialists in Bledisloe too. Will the defence hold firm again today, especially in the midfield, where they have that inexperienced centre combination? And the throat-slitting gesture is back. Fireworks as well. And now the Wallabies will take their time. It's taking the tracksuit pants and tops off just to cool things down a little bit.
Well, you saw the energy generated by the Kapauapunga haka, and the simple fact is the Wallabies want them to settle down.
Referee is Chris White from England. Television match official is Willie Roos from South Africa. Touch judges Mark Lawrence and Craig Joubert from South Africa. Lottie Takiri, the 26-year-old, playing his 46th Test match for Australia. There's Rodney Blake, the other end of the scale, playing only his 5th Test match. Takiri, 1 try so far in the Test season. Here's Nathan Sharp, the 28-year-old. Late replacement in the number 12 jumper for the All Blacks. Luke McAllister, Kevin Mialamu, the captain, Richie McCaw, undefeated as captain. It's his 8th Test leading New Zealand. And the battle between McCaw and Phil Waugh at the breakdown will be something special. Jason Eaton, we're just about set at Eden Park in Auckland. Bledisloe 3, Tri-Nations underway. And the first touch for McAllister. Good run. Got the ball away to Heyman. Kelleher goes in. Zoialo. Here's McAllister, the chip over the top, turning the Wallabies around. Larkin is back there, and it's into touch. He kicked it into the legs of Joe Rokothoko.
Well, I think, Greg Martin, you called it the other night on Inside Rugby. You said the first kick will go to McCaw. I think they tried to, it just went a little bit long. I think you're right, they're going to target him, try and get him on the bottom of as many rucks as they possibly can, keep him out of the game.
Won by Australia. Larkham dummying and through. Over the advantage line goes the fly half. Gregan. Here's Sharp straightening it. This is good positive stuff by the Wallabies. Gregan out now. Palu goes to ground, 30 metres out from the All Black line. Penalty. Pretty much in front of the uprights.
He's off his feet, he's not moving.
It's against the All Blacks.
3 phases from that line out. 16-metre gain puts them in a perfect position because they were going forward. The Wallabies, they get all the advantages when the referee starts to make his decisions at the breakdown. And who did they target? Between Carter and Luke McAllister. Never played together in this sort of combination. Great idea. They're both times punching, but it just seems to be very crisp. I know it's only the opening minute. Here's the penalty.
Yeah, it was good positive play. Everyone hitting the ball up flat and hard. Even Stephen Larkham hitting the ball flat and hard. Finally, it was Palu that got the ball, hit it up. The All Blacks really rushed up hard in defence at him. I think it was Carl Heyman that made that tackle on him. It was a good hit. The Wallabies earning the penalty. Chris White, referee from England.
This is the start you need. You're away, you're in front of 47,000 mad, screaming Kiwi fans. You need to get on the board early.
Mortlock hits it sweetly, flags are up, and it's Australia leading now by 3 points to 0. Perfect start. The fans in the stands here wearing gold, pretty happy with that.
Well, we say it so often, the sign of a good side is one that can really keep focused after they've scored some points and make sure that they keep the opposition out.
The All Blacks have won their last 14 Test matches on this ground, Eden Park. Head-to-head, of course, these two great nations have played 149 Tests, New Zealand leading with 101 from the restart. Here's Takiri. And this has been a grey area for the Wallabies. Every time they've scored points against the New Zealanders, the All Blacks have been able to get back, and now that was a bit sloppy. And it's Mortlock sending it downtown. And here's Muliaina up over halfway, and they will run it back at the Wallabies, no doubt about that. Best counter-attacking team in the world. Here's Collins, pops it over. McAllister catching it on the bounce. 10-metre mark, Australian territory. Kelleher just waiting for it.
Rocky also offside from that breakdown.
Zoialo They're playing advantage here for the New Zealanders. They go wide, cut out pass. Goiaba, here's Hallett. Eaton out wide on the right wing. 22-metre mark.
Well, there's another penalty there.
Advantage again for the All Blacks. Here's Collins, short ball. McAllister pops it over to Mialamu.
Get away.
Carter, Woodcock. Can't get past Mortlock. There's a knock on there, so they're going to come back.
Number 5, wait for it. 6 and 5 offside here.
So it's against 6 and 5, Elsom and Vickerman.
6 and number 5. Number 6 was offside up there as well. 6 and 5. One off them, one off me.
And it is right in front.
The penalty had already been given at that breakdown at the top of the screen. Now I'm not sure why
is it midfield?
That's where the original advantage was given for a penalty. Rocky Elsom, 2 breakdowns before, had given away a penalty way back on the halfway line. I'm not sure, Kernsey, why it's 22 metres out right in front.
Unless there was another infringement.
Could well have been.
On that spot. So Carter with the opportunity here to equal the score. As I said at the restart before, the Wallabies, every time they score a point, they let the All Blacks get back at them. And Carter doesn't miss them from there, so it's locked up at 3-3 at Eden Park.
You're really looking to stretch that Wallaby defence, aren't they, Marto? Straight out to the wings. The speed that Jason Eaton clapped on over the far side was impressive also.
Well, it was lucky. They had the 3-on-2 out there with Takiri and Palu were covering 3 of them, and I didn't notice that Eaton was the last man there. I think it's thankful that it wasn't actually a winger with any pace. As in Dougie Howlett, it would have been a lot harder to work it to finish it off.
Now,
here it goes to McCall. No, no.
Bit of confusion back there, but they hold on to it, the All Blacks.
And ready to run.
Carter, McAllister, back to Carter inside his 22. Not going to find touch. Larkham is back there. Now it is Chris Latham.
Straight down the throat of Howlett.
No, it's Soialo back there, the number 8. Similar to what we saw at Telstra Stadium between the Wallabies and the Springboks. No one wants to put it into touch and give away the line-out throw.
Here's the chance to run.
Here's Joe Oroka-Thoko. Little shimmy. Taken by Mortlock, halfway line.
Made the right decision, Sterling Mortlock. Oh, the counter-rucking already of the Australians, powerful.
Carter, McAllister getting his hands on the ball plenty of times. Out wide, it's Nialamu and now Heyman. That's the halfway line on the far side. McAllister, Collins. Taken by Elsom.
And Vickerman together.
Here's Howlett. Now Chris Jack. Takes 2 to stop him.
Hands away, Rook. Still in, still in.
Good continuity by the All Blacks. Good pick up there by Carter. Sends it down inside Australian territory. Not a lot Chris Latham could do with that, but gee, that's not a bad reply.
Yeah, good recovery scramble, Chris Latham. Beautiful grubber kick by Dan Carter. The width of the All Blacks, we've already mentioned it. 7 minutes gone. I think they've gone full width of the field about 4 or 5 times already. So they've spotted something, because the Wallabies do play a slide defence all the time. I think they're lulling them into a false sense of security to get them going wide. May slip back inside very shortly.
Yeah, plenty of balls from Jerry Collins. He's playing distribution role at the moment. They're going to be looking for a runner off the inside of him.
Nialamu finds a target in Eaton 10-metre mark. Great opportunity for the All Blacks here. 3-3 it is.
Your side, Mark.
Nialamu has it. Now breaks up and he's over the advantage line. Gallagher wants to go blind. Here's McCaw.
Oh, Rodney Blake all over him.
McCaw trying to throw it back in. Came off the legs of Blake, but the touch judge is saying no. McCaw was out before. He threw the ball in, so it's going to be an Australian throw.
When McCaw looked up, realised it was Rodney Blake, the tight head prop he was up against. He decided to have a go on the outside. Blake put on a bit of acceleration and got him.
So some pressure here on Jeremy Paul with his throw.
Yeah, simplicity's got to be the key to the...
Oh, they've gone over the back. The bounce is good for Phil Wall, fortunately.
When they go long, that's when the problems start.
Now it's back to Latham.
Hang on.
And a good touch finder in the end. 5 from halfway.
Can you decide who's standing?
Kenzie, Jeremy Paul does get a bit shaky when they call the back jumper.
Well, I've got to say, I do sympathise with him in that occasion. Your first line-out throw of the game, you tend to like to get 1 or 2 away that sort of go front or middle, so you start to get a bit of confidence. And when they call it straight over the back as your first throw, it is a bit of a tough one.
Now Mialamu. He goes to the back. Waiting for it there is Heyman. And he's taken by Vickerman. Kelleher, Carter. Inside ball, Roka Thoko, trouble.
Forward.
Oh, fortunately for the Wallabies, it was forward. It's been pulled back.
Great spectator try. Those players haven't heard the whistle.
Takiri's made a brilliant tackle over the far side. I know he didn't need to, but it was magnificent.
And there you go, the benefits. We've seen the All Blacks already 4 or 5 times have stretched the Wallabies, which means the defence is going to be tending to go straight across. Stephen Larkham didn't follow through after the ball had gone past him, didn't go hard enough. Roka Thoko, the inside ball, got them.
Second row's in.
So let off there for Australia. 3-all, 10 minutes gone. Alu off the back of the scrum, gives it to Takiri. Wanting to get his hands on the ball. Lays it back now for Gregan. And Larkham just got the kick away. Not going to find touch.
Oh, that's hit him in the head. Falcon, as we like to call it.
And he was out of his 22. Yep,
it was. Well, bad judgment there by Muliaina. Looked to be a little bit rattled after he couldn't control the ball on the full and stepped outside the 22. Off the shoulder.
Oh, you'd give that a Falcon, wouldn't you?
Oh, close enough.
Yeah. This one's vital. Kenzie, do they go to 4 here, not to 6?
I think they'll be looking to go sort of 5, 6 in the line out. No, you're right, Mono. It's kept it simple.
And here's Jeremy Paul, the double round with Gregan. Rodney Blake advances it.
No, number 2, no.
Kenzie, just listening to the on-field mics, the call hammer was called there, which is obviously the pick and drive.
Cliff Palu. All Black 22. Now Gregan releases. Mortlock.
Away, please, lads.
Taken there by McCaw. It was quick ball back to Jeremy Paul.
Good tackle from Byron Kelleher.
Gregan, flat pass, Palu.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Holmes goes to ground. He was holding on. Joe Roka Thoko was on top of him on his feet.
Thank you.
Gee, that was blown up quickly.
Oh, wasn't it true? And Richie McCaw had his arm around that ball, stopping it from coming out.
McCaw taking a while to get to his feet.
I'll tell you what, he made the tackle on Holmes. Have a look at this. Straight away, as soon as he got the ball from Palu. Oh, he's been clocked there by Phil Ward too. So, didn't see it long enough to decide whether it was justified or not, but it's the truth now, and it hasn't gone out from Carter to Latham.
That's a rare mistake. It's out. So Latham gets a chance to sprint it back to the halfway, beats a couple.
Come away, Black.
It's good work by the fullback.
No.
He can drive again to the 10-metre mark. Gregan. Larkham.
Oh, he spotted there's no one home.
The
And
chase
that's a
is
good
on.
kick.
The bounce is good. Well, not quite good enough in the end because it was Toialu. And now here's that famous All Black counter-attack. McAllister. Toiava went without it.
Still playing, knock off.
No knock forward there, play on.
Now Mialamu.
Yellow, let go, no you.
Kelleher waiting for it. Collins.
Away, Yellow.
Phil Waugh on his feet, but they drove him off it. And now Kelleher with the kick. And into touch, 5 metres inside Wallaby territory.
Oh, there was some raising heart rates there after that kick by Stephen Larkham. Great spatial awareness and vision. This one here, this work here when Soialo has jumped for that and got it to Muliaina, that is a bit of brilliance.
And gee, I think there's some more trouble for the Wallabies if the All Blacks continue to go left on that occasion.
6. No. Come in. 7 in, get in. You. What's the front, buddy? You hold 4-7, Super.
Dan Vickerman calling the line out, calling it for Sharp. He takes it with 2 hands. Gregan. War double round Gregan. Now Mortlock in centre field.
Stand your feet, boys, stand your feet. There it is. That's
Up
it.
towards halfway. Ghetto, first touch for him, I think. And Rathbone. Rathbone in the side for his speed this week.
Let go.
Gregan. Now it's Sharp.
Oh, that's
It out to Elsom. Plenty of All Black jumpers there. McCaw standing over the top of him, fighting for the ball.
Let go.
Penalty.
I called Ruck twice. Please listen. No, don't, thank you. Move away, you have a penalty. I have called. Okay, you're
Australia on the front foot there. 4 phases, let's say they went, and they made 25, 27 metres. Bit of blood here on Richie McCaw.
He's been penalised. The referee said I called Ruck twice. He continued to play the ball.
Well, he's come in from, well, maybe the tackle
He was
wasn't
still
made.
making the tackle, yeah.
Whose team's he on? Our team, maybe. Wallaby team.
There's been a good debate going on all week that because he's captain, the referees are too scared to send him to the sin bin. If he does make repeated offences, it's not a bad claim because, of course, the referee does have a certain leniency about a captain of a side, and you don't want to send the captain of the All Blacks off. So it does give you an advantage playing at number 7, bordering on the edge of the laws, and challenging the referee.
That's what are you saying? Make Phil War captain.
Well, I was going towards that, yeah.
So Mortlock, his previous penalty, took him past 300 points, the 4th Australian player in history to chalk up 300 test points. Now there's Liner, Burke and Campisi.
The Mortometer is going.
And he struck it well again. Flags are up. Australia lead by 6 points to 3. 2 penalties to 1.
I tell you what, tactically Australia have got this game correct. Their scrambling defence is wonderful. They're going forward. They're playing with an efficient brutality at the breakdown. Things are looking good.
Well, and that pass from Nathan Sharp we saw before was superb because every other time he's touched the ball this year, he's run it himself, maybe thrown a dummy. But just by doing one little thing different, it's created an opportunity for Elson wide.
Takiri in his own 22, taking on Collins. Collins wraps him up. Gregan, Larkham, just getting the kick away. And this one's going into touch. A couple of metres from halfway.
Good offside on the clearance, yeah. Excellent. Thank you. Just tell me.
Larkin,
Numbers.
again, thumbs his nose at the critics who say he can't kick.
Hold goal. Shift.
Alamu with the throw.
In the middle.
16 and a half minutes gone, first half. Go to Jack, the money man.
Outside line, watch the drive.
This is suiting the Wallabies as well because we haven't had a scrum. Well, one, in fact.
Well, they weren't expecting Kelleher.
Now they've thrown it to Larkham.
And Elson's all over him, well done.
Let go.
It's going to come back for Gregan. And now Matt Giteau sending it downtown. Not going to find touch, so McCaw. Will he run it or kick it? Onto the left foot.
That won't be out.
Not a bad nudge either. And now Chris Latham just sizing it up.
Oh, he's got four All Blacks.
He's done brilliantly. Chance to run.
Oh.
Inside ball from Warren's forward. Oh, I tell you what, they still had Joe Rogatoko to contend with, but there were a couple of Wallabies in support there, but the inside ball just got the call a bit late.
It was worth throwing. Just went forward out of his hand.
Jeremy Paul and George Gregan there in support.
Went forward well and truly in the end.
Well, this is coming up just to the second scrum of the match. Now it's nearly 18 minutes into the game. So we have this debate about how important the scrum is. Now, if we keep going at this rate, there's only going to be 8 scrums in the whole game.
And that'd please the Australians. It'd certainly save them a lot of energy that they can use elsewhere around the field.
I'll tell you, but you just contrast this compared to, well, what we saw against South Africa a couple of weeks ago, and the ability of the players to run the ball and the speed of this test is just fantastic.
Have a look how tired some of these players are. Just looking at the All Blacks there, they're blowing hard.
Scrum, 1 metre inside New Zealand territory.
We now wait. Crouch and hold.
Australia have an advantage as far as weight goes,
Stay there, boys. Number 7.
but not in the experience stakes. Carter, almost through. Got the pass back on the inside. It was off his feet, so it's play on, and Rathbone runs it back into the traffic. Now he gets it off to Vickerman. 8 from halfway. Larkham, Giteau, inside. Mortlock, taken there around the bootlaces by Collins. Gregan again. Finds Nathan Sharp this time. Well, he was isolated there.
I don't think Greg Holmes made a big enough effort to clean out there. He was first man. Didn't make any sort of an impact.
Soialo was on his feet, ready to pounce. You could see it coming. Just not enough urgency from the Wallabies as the All Black bench looks on.
Well, there were 2 there. There was McCaw and there was Soialo. And Holmes had to take one of them, and you see him there taking out McCaw.
Mate, he was upright. Greg Holmes was upright entering that contact situation.
More claret flowing from the nose of the All Black captain.
Oh, it's a broken nose. Just see it side on there.
And Carter with an opportunity to level the scores. 19 minutes gone. He's 45 metres back. Kicking at about 76% in the Tri-Nations. And this one will hold its line. 6-all. Bledisloe 3, the Tri-Nations.
And that scoreline pretty well reflects how this game's going. Both teams playing with confidence when they got the ball in their hands. The other side being forced to defend desperately.
Dan Carter in the news a bit in the weekend off last weekend, playing a charity soccer or football game for a mate of his. Got away with it without being injured. Larkham with the restart. Muliaina has been the outside centre. They cough it up. No, there was a hand in there. Penalty goes against the Australians.
Well, Sterling Mortlock, I've been impressed with so far tonight. Every time he's got the ball, he's got at least a metre over the advantage line.
I'm sure he switched on for a big game, Kenzie.
Yeah, he hasn't made the big break yet, but you just sense it's not far away. You see him there, good bit of defensive work straight over the top of the ball.
Oh, Chris Latham.
Well, the touch judge not having anything of it, saying the ball had crossed the plane of touch.
Tell you what, it was pretty athletic anyway. That was from the phase before.
That's where the penalty came. Ball's being flicked out while the player on the ground.
Jerry Collins out in the centres with Richie McCaw. Right over wide is Doug Howard.
The last time, of course, they threw the inside ball to Rokothoka. What'll it be this time? Oh, it's Collins heading it up and getting rid of Phil Waugh. And Carter. Toiava taken by his opposite number, Mortlock, but the All Blacks on the charge here inside Australian territory. Kelleher and Takiri comes away with it
and does well.
Stay here.
Well, I think McCaw offered himself up as a dummy runner.
Gregan. Rathbone taken by McAllister and also Collins. Here's Gregan. Latham. Ball and all tackle from Soialo.
Whoa. I know, it was just a bit, no, wait. Just a little bit too high when you started off, please. Please be careful.
The referee saying just a little high.
Really?
She looked all right. I reckon the impact was around his shoulder. I find that hard to believe. Hard done by Rodney Soialo.
A good enterprising play from the Wallabies, having a crack They did have some numbers. A good defence from the All Blacks. Clyde Rathbone having a crack and coming back on the inside.
Well, it's good tactics, Kernsey, and that's where the All Blacks are so strong. When they get a turnover from either a mistake or here's the tackle there.
Oh,
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Rodney.
Chris White making a slight error.
Yeah.
Get a mirror in the referee's dressing room at half-time, have a bit of a look at himself.
Good fortune for the Wallabies, and Jeremy Paul finds the target, 10-metre mark, All Black territory, inside ball, but they were waiting there for Rathbone. Plenty of All Black tacklers there. An advantage.
Lost in the tackle.
Lost forward by Rathbone.
Oh, super hit, Mialamu and Richie McCaw.
As Aaron May just in the middle, ruled out of the Test match yesterday. Leon McDonald, of course, informed fullback, rested this week. Oh, we assume he's being rested. Certainly doesn't warrant to be sacked.
Well, they're trying something else by putting Toiava, who's also a fullback, so they've got 3 in their squad, 2 of them on the field at any one time. Muliaina and Toiava.
6-all, 23.5 minutes gone. Carter, the playmaker. That's good defence by the Wallabies, but there's quick ball there. Now Jack. Again, good defence by the Australians. Carter dummying, inside ball, Heyman. Alu is there to drive him back in the tackle, but it's still there for New Zealand. Slight fumble there from McCaw. War has him.
No, don't go in there. It's not there, no shot.
That tackle hurt Heyman before.
Collins.
Oh, that's
Great
good.
ball. Soialo over the top. Picked up here by Roka Thoko. Away from Gregan. Over halfway goes Big Joe. Soialo punching it down the blind side. Woodcock. Good pass out to Carter, and now here's Toiava. The young man lays it back. They've got some numbers over the top. It goes to Kiri. Heyman's gotten back off the ground. Lottie Takiri runs away, and Lottie Takiri will score the try for Australia.
Oh, you could see it coming a mile off. Takiri saw it coming a mile off. He was waiting for that pass. Brilliant judgment, brilliant timing. They were always short a little in defence with Heyman down.
The slow sliding defence. Australia were outnumbered 4-on-2. Have a look at it there. Collins made the decision. Takiri went, I know exactly what you're going to do. Carl Heyman jumped up out of the hands of the trainer. He was never going to be a chance, but he couldn't help himself. Takiri a clean run to the line.
Here's the big ball over the top, looping pass. Takiri just judged it beautifully. The two guys that have been working so well together tonight, McCaw and and Mialamu, were out there wide waiting for the pill. Great stuff, Lottie Takiri.
The slow sliding defence. Collins thought he had the Australians outnumbered very seriously on that right flank. Takiri moved quickly when he saw the ball in the air.
Greg Somerville warming up there. The hit on Heyman was spectacular.
Is that Palu?
Yeah, Palu made the hit. I've got a feeling it was a head clash.
Yeah, he's blinking his eyes, looking a bit groggy.
Oh, and he tried to get up off the deck, and he was bouncing all over the place. The trainer ran straight on. I'm pretty sure it was Palu's head he hit.
Mortlock. He converts. 13 points to 6. It is Australia over the All Blacks. Takiri scoring his 24th Test try, his 3rd for the season. 24 Test tries moves him to 6th on the all-time Wallaby try scoring list, and here it is. Just plucked it out of the air. Simple as that.
When they have a look at that, they'll have a chat to Jerry Collins, because in the end, I think they almost had them matched up for numbers, the Australian defence.
Now the restart by the All Blacks, and Mortlock takes it in the air.
Away now, Black, thank you.
Matt Giddo going into scrum half. Back it goes to Larkham. Puts it into touch. Didn't pick up a lot of meters. There's big Carl Heyman, the 26-year-old from the Highlanders, on the bench and not looking in great shape.
What are they saying? It's a blood bin? Didn't see any blood.
The alarm.
Hang on, lads, we'll start again, gentlemen.
Good battle at the line out tonight.
Oh, that's an overthrow, but they get away with it.
And McCaw pops it up. Soialo backing up.
Let go, seven.
Good work by the number 8. 22-metre mark. Can the All Blacks hit back? Rakafoko. Good tackle, though.
Let him down, let him down, let go. No, he's quiet. Play on.
They go to the short side. Eaton. Taken by the 2 Wallaby locks. Vickerman and Sharp. Rakafoko getting his hands on the ball.
Well, he's been special so far, Rakafoko.
Don't go anywhere.
Woodcock. McAllister. Toyama. Good tackle by the Brumby pairing of Regan and Gitto. Gitto, of course, heading to the Western Force next year, though. And it's still there for the All Blacks. Gallagher. Here's Collins. Good tackle, Mortlock. Carter. Oh, that's sloppy.
And that's because of the defence by Australia.
Excellent defence from the Wallabies. Jeremy Paul, he's applauding.
Language, Captain. Yes?
The first time this year I've seen the All Blacks in 6s and 7s in attack. It was brilliant though, Murdo, the way they that overthrow from the line out, and they just adjusted so well.
Well, that line out was exactly, or pretty much where the scrum was, so they made no metres, and after the 6th phase, that put so much pressure on them. Carter came to the short side on the camera side. They just ran out of options. Soialo didn't really want the ball standing flat.
Marlow picks it up at the back, gives it to Rathbone. Taken by McCaw, cleaned out immediately by Waugh. That's a great battle between the 2 number 7s. And now the fullback is into it. Latham got to his feet again.
Well, that extra metre was vital.
And now Larkham, Mortlock, Sharp, taken immediately by Jerry Collins. Gregan, great pickup, Larkham. And here's Waugh going forward. It's loose, and it is play on. So that's good work by the All Blacks. Down the short side they go. And it's play on.
Oh, no, that's loose.
He was playing advantage, though, for the knock forward. It'll be an Australian put in.
I just have a sense there that George Gregan should have backed his own speed there.
And taken off.
Yeah.
Touch judge coming on.
There's nothing serious, but 6 and 7 I added again. I think you need to have a word with them. There's no penalty, but just 6 and 7. 7 and 6
Right, okay.
goal.
I'll have a word with him. Right. Make sure no one's been
Rocky
taken out.
Elson, here it is here with the touch judge
Thank you.
reporting on.
Number 6, please.
Oh, brilliant stuff, Rocky Elson.
Be careful. Off the ball, make sure we're going. Be careful, we'll be seen. Scrum down.
Nothing in it.
The crowd here, because they didn't hear the touch judge's report, they were calling for Elson to be sent off.
Oh, I love it the way that they love it, because they hate Elson over here. It's terrific. It means they're really starting to get under the... He's really starting to get under the Kiwi skin. Wallabies know they have to keep McCaw at bay, annoy him, pester
Get you,
him.
Crags, please.
Kenzie, I'll tell you what they have sorted out. 2 of the scrums so far. Palu's picked up off the back, and that's been the problem, backpedaling. No use giving it to Stephen Larkham and throwing it to the blind winger, Takiri and then Rathbone. Tactic is working. We were trying to work out, and we were suggesting they've got to have another sort of attack rather than Palu just barreling it forward where they're going backwards. They've got that nutted out. Now they need to play the other option. I hope they've got one.
And hold. Engage. Okay, let's go.
Scrum, 5 metres inside Australian territory. Big shove from the All Blacks.
There it is, boys, there it is.
It's gone around through the 90, and so the All Blacks win the put-in.
Yeah, big scrum from the All Blacks. Wallabies didn't go back as such, but they did buckle up in the middle. You see they're buckling up, which makes it very hard for Jeremy Paul to get a clean strike. The timing of the shove from the All Blacks was superb. Something that can only happen after been working together for a long time.
And it's picked up at the back this time from Soialo for the All Blacks. Kelleher, Collins. Inside ball to Mialamu. Scored a double against the Wallabies in the first Bledisloe in Christchurch. It's lying loose on the ground. No, it's a penalty. Penalty to the All Blacks. Very kickable for Carter. And that came from not winning the scrum on their own put-in.
Well, it goes back to the point before. That's how important the scrum is in this match. Even if there only is 8 in the game, perhaps. Still vital. That's 3 points.
It puts the team under pressure, which then drops your morale a touch, lifts the morale of the All Blacks. I think it was Larkham here. I know who got their hand on the ball. Someone got their hand on the ball. It went loose, and you see Rodney Blake and Dan Vickerman offside.
Carter is looking to narrow the gap.
They've all been easy penalties in terms of in front of the post, varying distances.
Nice strike, but this time he pushes it wide.
I designed that comment and put the mocker on it.
He did well. So it's still 13-6. Australia, the Wallabies over the All Blacks. Beanies are out. This match kicking off at 5:30 p.m. local time.
Twilight test.
And Larkham. Down to Muliaina. To Collins to run it back at them. Oh, ran into Sharp but also Mortlock. Penalty against the Wallabies.
Ruck scored, you've had 2 goals.
If scientists could harness the power that was just in that hit when Collins was tackled, we could line up a small town. That was awesome stuff.
So again, the All Blacks in a very good attacking position on the 22.
Well, that's Elsom over the top.
It was Sharp making the tackle, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sharp and Elsom.
Didn't budge.
Take the line. Other side.
Due to what, Steve Larkham's made some tackles as well tonight. All good ones, all important ones.
All important. This line out vital. Do they pull it down and drive?
And again, they go to the back. Soialo wins it. Now some pressure on the Wallaby defence. And here's the drive from the All Blacks. Great work, New Zealand.
Number 6 go. 6 go.
Still going.
Come away, go. Advantage in the
Crowd starts to roar. The hand goes out. It's advantage here for the All Blacks. He spotted something wrong from the Wallabies, and still they drive it.
Jason Eaton with the pill.
Getting very close.
Hang on, have a look.
He's held up. No, he's going to go upstairs.
There's a camera about 10 metres away right in front of that.
Did he get it down?
Can you check?
Well, that is fantastic work by the All Black forwards.
Penalty 5 metres, not a play. Yeah.
George Gregan telling the players, here it is. Let's have a look. We see Eaton certainly visible. There's no doubts there.
Oh.
That's a try to the All.
Short.
Oh.
Might be short.
No, that's on the line.
Try.
Try to mullet man, Jason Eaton. Try.
They have hit back, and is that a psychological blow, Phil Kearns, for the All Blacks in this forward battle?
Oh, that's probably is, Clarkie. I mean, certainly those rolling mauls are something that can be a little demoralising. The Wallabies fought hard, but they were just superbly set up here. They're so tight together in there, and it's really hard to stop when the All Blacks are so tight. You can see Eaton's with the ball at the back, and they just got that bit of a roll on at the end. I think the Wallabies tried to collapse that at the end. Number 4, Sharp, tried to collapse it. It gave them, the All Blacks, a bit of momentum, and the arms were just long enough for Jason Eaton as Dan Carter
Lines up the conversion.
He's missed it.
He's pushed it out to the left this time, so it's still the Wallabies in front, 13 points to 11. And 2 misses from Dan Carter. Just seems to be rushing it a little bit. And here it is again.
Kenzie, right at the end, Jason Eaton, the try scorer, just got one last there, the surge from Woodcock. His head's at the top of the screen there. He gave him that final surge to get him over.
good on you, Jason Eaton. Had a great season so far.
That's his first test try. He's 23 years of age. In fact, it's a birthday on Monday. That's gone backwards, so it's play on.
What a test match.
Almost 36 minutes gone. Can the Wallabies hold on to this lead?
There's a
going
huge
into half-time.
Huge clump of All Blacks out wide here.
Mialamu goes to ground.
And still is. Problems here.
Toialo, quick hands. Oh, Toiava has put it down.
Oh, may as well. You've got advantage. Try to have a go.
It's Phil Waugh.
They've got numbers.
Gregan. Advantage is over to Geary. Gitto. Matt Gitto. Can he free the hands and get it back on the inside? It's into touch over on the far side. So a territorial gain there for the Wallabies.
Oh, what a great test match.
That's what you got to do. It was Rathbone who made the tackle that forced the pass to go down from Toiava. From there, it has come the full width. Counter-attack. Australia, finally, after they get the turnover twice tonight, and they've both been vital ones, have gone full width of the field and had a go at them. That's where they're finding gaps in the All Blacks.
Now the All Blacks inside their own 22. Prepared to put it through the hands. Soialo goes to ground. Now it's Carter. Toiava. Muliaina up from fullback. That's the 22. All Black territory. It's come out. And now it's over to Mortlock. Mortlock. He's 5 metres out. Lays it back. Gitto goes into scrum half. Gives it to Phil Waugh. Waugh. Cut out pass. Holmes. Taken by McCaw though.
Quick ball needed. McCaw's got to get out of the way.
Gregan goes to the right. Now Gitto. Here's Vickerman. 5 metre mark. Running onto it. Latham hammered there, but he holds on. And now the All Blacks drive through.
No, Wallabies have still maintained possession.
There's a lot of All Black players wrapped up in that rush.
Chris Latham is in there cleaning out the fullback. Now Gregan. No. It's been picked up and driven by Rodney Blake. He's a metre out from the line.
Time to give it to Larkham.
There's Larkham. There's Elsom! Elsom! Did he get it down?
Check, please.
He's going to go upstairs. He's entitled to place it.
Did Toiava spill that out of his hands? He doesn't look confident. There's no arm punching. No. You got to say by the look on his face, he hasn't gotten it down. This will tell us straight away. Reaches out. The tackle there. It was McAllister. And then Toiava comes in. Ooh. Oh, the head-on shot's the one. This will tell us. Look at the desperation. How good is this? No. Oh. No try.
The television match official will have to judge if there was any downward pressure.
Oh. Geez, that other angle that we saw just before this one looked like there was downward pressure. This one looks like he's lost a bit of...
No, well...
I can't give that. His thumb has rolled off the side of the ball.
But how about the forearm?
Oh, no, this is the time you're glad you are not one of those video thingies.
Video referee.
That's the one.
TV match official.
That's the one.
All right, he's having another look. So you reckon the forearm?
Was the forearm still on the ball?
Well, I'd like to say yes.
Willie Roos from South Africa.
Can you confirm? Can you confirm what you said, please? You're confirming that a try has been scored.
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
There was enough downward pressure.
They'll debate that one in the land of the long white crowd.
Oh.
Have a look. It's more relief than jubilation by Elsom. It had to go to Larkham eventually. It was a one-on-one tackle. McAllister has missed it. The man who's coming to play inside centre. That is a try, despite the attentions of Toiava.
Oh, it was a nice ball, and he ran a good line, Rocky Elsom, just on the outside of McAllister. Well, as the rain starts to sprinkle down here in Auckland, what a great test match, Greg Martin. A tightrope.
And what a time to score it. Just on half-time. There's no better thing to be marching off into the dressing sheds with a late try.
18 points to 11.
Good reward, though, for a continual phase. They played that so well. They kept it in close after making the big break. They kept it in close. Bang, bang, bang. They tied up All Black defenders. So finally they were man on man, and that put Elsom on McAllister. And he broke the tackle and just got there.
And Elsom's come to the blood bin. Blood out of the nose.
Mortlock. Will it come round? Yes, it does. So it's 20 points to 11.
Oh, the best funambulist
Okay, send him on, please.
would love this.
All of a sudden, it's been worthwhile, the trip to Auckland. I'm sure they bought their tickets ages ago, those Wallaby fans. Thought, well, I don't think they're good enough this season, but it's been shown so far they are. There's Elsom going to have himself pick. He'll stay in the sheds while half-time's on. Blood bin.
And now they need to just control this from the restart. And it's War. Gives it to Kerry. Lead one. Gregan. Larkham.
That's a big hoof. Have a look at this. Over halfway, well and truly. Touch judge dropped his flag. You'll see him coming along shortly.
Numbers, please. Numbers, please.
Graham Henry, the All Black coach. Already down on the sideline. Now Mialamu. You can see the clock there saying they've gone past the 40-minute mark. So into some injury time here. 2 tries to 1. Australia 20, New Zealand 11.
Too big.
And the Wallabies. Regan hands it off now. So Chisholm is on there. Remember, Elsom, the try scorer, is in the blood bin. And Larkham, it's been touched by the All Blacks. So it's play on. And Muliaina got away from one. Here's Rogathoko, great tackle by Mortlock. He keeps it alive, throws it back on the inside, and that's gone forward, and it's into touch off McCaw. That is half-time at Eden Park. What a great first half. 2 tries to the Wallabies to carry the intercept. Elsom, they went upstairs and he was given the benefit of the doubt. Mortlock has kicked 2 penalties, 2 conversions, a perfect 4 from 4. 20 points for the Wallabies. 2 penalties for the New Zealanders, and Eaton scored the try for the All Blacks.
What a magic game of rugby this is so far. Both teams prepared to belt the ball wide as much as they can, and they're creating space for each other, and that's where the tries are coming from. This is a magic test match, Parky.
Silverware is undercover. The All Blacks already have the one on the right, the Bledisloe. Can they go the distance, the Wallabies? Fantastic rugby so far. Hope you're enjoying it. We're going to take a break. Half-time, 2011. McCaw, the All Black captain, will have to do plenty of talking to the troops at the half-time, because it is the Wallabies leading by 9, 20 points to 11 at half-time. Bledisloe 3. The Tri-Nations on the line here.
I would imagine there would be some fairly stern words being said in there. That was a pretty error-ridden first 40.
Yeah, there's a bit of animation in there from the coaches. Pretty keen for the boys just to minimise those errors and get into the game and be a bit more physical.
What about the policy from running it, it seems, from almost everywhere? Is that a policy that's just come in or since you've been injured, or was that going to be the plan during the week?
We just talked about at our camp in Clearwater about growing our game a little bit more and maybe having a bit more crack. We felt that we, at times, getting a bit conservative. So it's just a matter of reading what's out there at the time, and maybe we have been a little bit free-flowing and need to play a bit more tighter.
One of the most pleasing aspects would have been the try off the line out, which is something the guys have been striving for and working very hard at.
Yeah, they certainly have, and it's a good reward for the forwards. They put a lot of hard work in and taken a lot of criticism as well, so I think they would have enjoyed it rolling in 20 metres and scoring.
Scoring first might be the preferred option here. What do you imagine there might be a change in here?
Yeah, it's pretty crucial. I think the boys might keep it a little bit tighter and just be a little bit more precise in what we're doing and minimise those errors, and hopefully that should get us into the game, keeping it a bit tighter.
You'll be on the plane to South Africa?
Yeah, definitely, Smithy.
Good on you, and thanks for talking to us.
Cheers, mate.
Injured inside centre for New Zealand, Aaron Major. And the players are set for the second half. One of the try scorers, Rocky Elsom.
Yes, Mark, can you hear me? Thank you, lads.
New Zealand have that change in the front row. Heyman knocked out earlier on, so he's been replaced by Somerville, and from the restart it's sloppy, and Rogathoko has it. What a start to the second half for the All Blacks. So important for the Australians now just to keep them out. And Carter gives it to McAllister. Blake did well to get in there. And they're losing ground.
I think there's a turnover. No.
Mialamu picks it up.
Big numbers right for New Zealand. Wallabies starting to get back into shape in defence. Turnover.
Turnover now.
They've turned it over, Australia. Jeremy Paul gives it here to Palu, and needs to stay on his feet because he was isolated there. And he was okay, placed it back, and the gold jumpers arrived in time. And now Larkham.
Not a bad tactic.
He's got to sit down.
Oh, yes. Into touch, 1 metre out from the corner flag.
Oh, and Scotty Johnson down on the sideline for the Wallabies, right near where that kick went out. He's thrilled.
There's an interesting one for the first time this year, Scott Johnson. Here's the turnover. A big hit on Mialamu. The ball popped out because he was isolated. He was stopped from being near his teammates by the previously formed ruck, and this is where it turns out.
Big pressure line out for New Zealand.
What's the bit they go long to Jerry Collins? No.
Eaton has it.
Good drive.
Driven back. Kelleher needs someone to clear. He'll do it himself. Charged down by Jeremy Paul. And we'll come back to the 22 for a restart. 47,000 sold out here at Eden Park, and the local fans have been silenced somewhat.
So, Marto, what would have gone on in the change room at half-time? John Connolly, what's he said?
Well, they've got to keep the intensity up. We weren't in there, but the intensity is the thing that's rocked the All Blacks. The defensive intensity especially, and their pressure at the rucks and mauls, that's what's causing all these errors. Finally, the All Blacks are being put under pressure by the first team this year.
And they can't go into defensive mode, the Wallabies. They have to keep attacking. Like Rathbone's just done there.
Taken by Kelleher in the end. Great run by Rathbone.
That's no good from Nathan Sharp.
There's the big counter ruck from New Zealand, so they turn it over very easily after that work by Rathbone. He won't be too happy with that. Now McAllister kicking it downfield, and Latham picks it up. 10 out from his own line. Plenty of time.
Not out.
Taken there by Muliaina. Up over the 10-metre mark.
All of a sudden, the All Blacks on the front foot with numbers out top of the screen.
Regan.
That's a waste from Kelleher there.
And Larkham.
There's no one home. Rokothoko making his way there.
He's going to sit up. 30 out from New Zealand line, Rokothoko.
Oh, come on. That's as bad as Rodney Soialo's.
There might be a square up here.
Too high.
It went high, but inconsequential.
Leo McDonald. We're going to see his inclusion shortly.
Well, the Wallabies have put a couple of kicks deep in this second half already. John Connolly, known for wanting to play a territory game. Does that give the signal that Leo McDonald is going to? Is the...
I don't know who's coming.
The Rodney, that Leo McDonald's going to counter-attack a little bit more.
Well, Toiava's come off at outside centre, which means Mills Muliaina. He goes back into outside centre, McDonald the fullback.
So are they saying the experiment did not work with young Toiava at outside centre?
Didn't make him much impact on this test match.
And Eaton has it now.
Come away now.
Let's hope the Wallabies don't go into their shell here.
Watch his head.
I'm sure that's one thing that driving all the All Blacks is going to be put on. Hit it a little bit harder, don't just stand and watch.
Now let go of the floor.
Kelleher, Carter, McAllister. First touch here for McDonald.
No, hands up. He's done it. He's done it. He's done it.
Kelleher, Carter, Muliaina. Not a lot of room to work with over on the far side. 25 metres out. Here's Jack. Blake and War make the tackle. It's there for Kelleher. There's Carter. Cut out pass. McAllister. Quick hands. McCaw loses it. It's on the ground. Who wants it? Here's Palu. And he's into touch.
There was an enormous tackle. I think it was on Richie McCaw, perhaps. Not sure. I think it was Larkham came up with the tackle. Absolute monster. As the ball hit, he got hammered. This one here was there was a big tackle there, then a big tackle there.
Takiri.
through. That's verging on dangerous. Continued through with it. Oh, that's nasty. Could be a bit of trouble for that. Lottie Takiri.
Crowd seeing it on the big screen and not too happy with it. Call falling in the tackle.
And they deal with that after the game by the siding committee.
Yeah, none of the touch judges are on the ground.
Chris Marsoe warming up on the sideline.
He's had a tough night, Richie McCaw, being belted from pillar to post. Obviously, one of the Wallabies' tactics was to target him. That is, you don't like to see that.
That's hurt his neck.
Well, he's staying on the field.
Looks muscular. Well, just the way he's moving around like that.
Goal open.
I think it's muscular, trying to stretch those muscles out in
Goal
the neck.
open.
He was taken out by the Wallabies, so Iolamo gets the throw into the line-out. That tackle from Takiri has fired up this big crowd here. Good contest
Come away, goal. Hands
at the
away.
line-out, but the All Blacks come up with it. Now they're going to really drive it.
Goal move. He's done it.
Jeremy Paul and Palu there.
Goal release. He's done it. Back foot, you. Back foot.
Kelleher.
Offside, number 6 is offside.
He's got Rocky Elson for being offside. There's the intercept from Mortlock. We're going to come back for a penalty.
Number 6, offside.
Went too early.
Can't sort them out.
Has an innocent look on his
Can't
face.
sort them out. Number 6,
confused look almost.
offside. You. Posts here.
Rocky's saying, no, I wasn't. Of course, still
Take a step.
stretching the neck muscles out.
Take a step.
And McAllister did bust 2 tackles there before throwing the loose pass to Mortlock, but they knew they had the penalty. Lottie Takiri responding to the crowd booing.
Well, Carter, this is easier for him. 50% record so far tonight. Uncharacteristic.
Yeah, all these kicks haven't been hard. Most of them have been in front as he puts that through.
Well, they would have said we need to be the first team to score points in the second half, and they've done that, so it's 20 points to 14. Australia over New Zealand. Long way to go yet.
Masoe is on the field. No? Who was that, sorry?
No, it's Piri Wipu has come on for Byron Kelleher at halfback. I can't work that one out. We watched Wipu during the warm-up. An enormous amount of strapping on his right leg and seemed to be limping even before the game started. So this is a wild substitution. Have a look at this. He's obviously got trouble with the medial ligament there, but why bring Kelleher off? I thought he's been going all right. Maybe he's been penalised for that little chip kick he did straight to George Gregan.
I think it's one of Kelleher's better games this season.
There's a ball for the Wallabies from the restart. Matt Giddo has it.
Let go, Black, now let go.
Regan goes in, looking for it. Phil Waugh, Larkham, flat pass. Got away with it.
Let go, Black, let go, stay on your feet, move away. Stay careful, number 2. Don't go in there.
Gregan, we haven't seen him have a run yet. Jeremy Paul taken by his opposite number. Lays it back brilliantly though. Here's Gregan. Gregan having a dart now.
Let go, Black, number 4,
Run,
let
George
go,
Gregan
Black.
gets over the advantage
Stay
line.
up, number 4.
Wallabies going
Thank you,
forward,
number 4.
ball
Leave
slow.
him now, number 1. Leave him, number 1.
Mortlock goes into scrum half. Back it goes to Latham.
He's going to need some support with him.
I don't know what he was attempting to
Let's
do.
careful with your feet going in. We're going for the same ball. We scrum down going forward. People from both
It's
sides.
trapped in there, so we're going to have an Australian put into the scrum.
The call looks all right now. Sharp, not.
Experiment to start with Phil Waugh ahead of George Smith.
Well, so far Phil Waugh's had a cracking game. Really has been superb. I think the interesting thing, we'll see what happens towards the end of the game. Will they put 2 open side flankers on and have Waugh and Smith combined?
If they're going to keep on playing this expansive game, I think it's a good idea. And Cliffy Palu, number 8 for the Wallabies, it notoriously slugs out, in that last 15 or 20 minutes. You imagine lifting the intensity when George Smith comes on with Phil Ward.
Well, I think the back row have worked together pretty well tonight. War, Elson and Parlo.
A good substitutes when you think Rathbone. He's also coming to the team being one of the better players.
Get everyone down, please, lads. Second rows, number 7, stay on. Cracks,
Scrum,
gentlemen.
they need to switch on.
Traction hold, engage. Okay.
This is where they had problems in the second Bledisloe in Brisbane in those scrums just after half-time.
Nobody gets hurt. Let's be careful, gentlemen.
Really got to focus on your own ball here. It's easy to switch off, just think, oh, the hooker will get it back, no problem. You really have to concentrate.
Hang on, lads. The first thing I want is it's square to start off with. Yes. Make sure it's square to start off with. Let's get the
Ground
hips
does
in.
just look a little bit slippery after about 20 seconds of rain.
Right here. Right. Second row, gentlemen.
Scrum.
That is
Traction
boring
hold.
in almost.
Engage. Okay, scrum up.
Parlo gives it to Gregan. Larkham. Cut out pass, quick hit.
Oh, Gitto!
Just couldn't hold on.
Gee, the hands from Gitto was superb.
Wonderfully constructed. First of all, Parlo taking it off, giving it to Gregan. I think who was it? Was it Mortlock coming back in to brace the defenders slightly? Was it Mortlock coming in here? Yep, took the defenders, and then Gitto. That is superb. There was no right for Clyde Rathbone to knock that one down.
I thought Clyde
Hang on,
thought
John,
there's
there's
no
no
way
second
anyone
row,
can get a pass away that
Traction
quickly.
hold. Engage.
Gitto did.
Pleasing
Hang on,
to
just
see
too
the
soon
Wallabies
again.
having a crack out
Just too
wide
soon. Let's
though.
make sure we get the timing right.
Dougie Howlett hanging out very, very wide, Martin.
Scrum half here,
Sticking
please.
kicks on.
Wait,
Well,
gentlemen.
he's right. Doug
Traction
Howlett's
hold.
on the camera
Engage.
side here,
Yeah.
right on the opposite touchline. Lottie Geary's 40 metres inside him.
Who was it, Mark?
Tempting them to kick to
A
Howlett.
slip. Thank you. Okay, gentlemen, calm down.
Chris White's controlled this game pretty well, I think, so far.
Let's keep going at him, mate. Keep going at him.
No problem.
Crouch and hold.
Couple of dodgy
Crouch and hold.
decisions at times, but plenty of pressure on him as
Stay
well.
there, he said stay there.
Good scrum by the Wallabies.
There's the kick
There's the
across
kick.
field. And it's good for Howlett. Good cover though by the Wallabies.
Back.
Well, the All Blacks telegraphed it. They had Howlett
No, it's
out
not.
there. And now it's Carter inside. It goes to Jack.
Back line offside, I've got it.
And now another penalty coming the way of the All Blacks if they want it. Out wide they go. Mialamu. Rokothoko on the far side. Inside ball into touch.
No advantage.
No
Out here,
advantage, so we're
offside.
going to come back for the penalty.
All
Howlett's
offside.
back here. Mark, here.
And we're just waiting for the touch judge to indicate to the referee where the spot will be.
That stat we just saw on the screen, offside penalties conceded, 4 by the Australians. Part of their urgency to put the pressure on in defence. Well, we talked about this before the scrum went down, and that's what the option the All Blacks went to. But Lottie Takiri took a too big a risk on that occasion. Gee, they were lucky here. Gregan made the tackle, and then Rathbone over the top to swamp Rokothoko, but it came back for this penalty. What a game.
And another opportunity here for Carter to narrow the gap. 6 points at the moment.
This is the reason why John Connolly loves the territory game. You stop your opponents from getting these penalties in very kickable positions.
Crowd like it. Touch judges like it. And it's 20 points to 17.
First 2 scoring opportunity, or first 2 scores of the second half have gone to the All Blacks. Wallabies need to be next to score.
You saw Carl Heyman and Anton Oliver sitting next to each other on the bench, but looks of things, Heyman's not coming back on the field.
No, he has been replaced. See the head knock in the first half. What a replacement though. Greg Somerville.
Oh, he's a great prop for Greg Somerville.
54th test.
Takiri!
Taken by McCaw. No, got rid of McCaw, and that's great work by Takiri up to the 22.
Bickerman!
Ball down from behind by McCaw. And they turned it over.
McCaw should have been penalised there. Staying in the way and slowing the ball down.
Larkham turns it back on the inside to Sharp. Gregan finds Elsom. He was taken by Eaton.
He's going to have trouble getting that ball back, Elson. Elsom.
No, stand up, lads. We've both gone to ground there. We're going to attacking side. Stay up.
Well, he's given the foot into the scrum to the Wallabies.
Have a look on the ground. Elsom, his body facing towards the All Blacks try line, towards the All Blacks.
Be very careful on the front, get out of the way. Okay?
Yeah, Chris Weiss just warned Richie McCaw there, but the fact is that he slowed the ball down.
Here's Takiri, bumps him off.
Have a ball, lads.
I reckon that's the 5th warning that Richie McCaw's got tonight for slowing the ball down at the breakdown.
Okay, gentlemen.
And for the same sort of thing that Rocky Elsom was ejected from the field for 10 minutes in Christchurch.
Can the pack win the ball for this back line? Palu! 10 metres out.
That's all right.
Gregan goes in looking for it. He's monstered there by Jack, but he got the ball away to Sharp. And Sharp is 5 metres out. The Wallabies.
Got to go left and wide.
Larkham. Oh, Palu has put it down. Will come back for the knock-on.
Palu's injured as well. No, just not happy with his own ball-taking ability there. Usually so reliable.
Errors that we saw from the All Blacks in the first half, starting to creep into the Wallaby game in this second half.
Yeah, they were able just to slow down the Wallaby attack for long enough. The ball just slightly on his hip. Makes it a little difficult to catch when you're running at that speed.
Well, he was looking at the impact zone. He had defenders in front of him, was trying to work out where he runs. Here's Ali Williams about to come on, replacement lock.
His 34th Test match, Ali Williams. And he's going to replace the try scorer from the first half, Jason Eaton.
Well, he's had a good match tonight, Jason Eaton, as well.
And the Wallabies do the unthinkable. Win a tight head. Come in handy. Lico puts it in. And Soialo picks it up at the back. Here's McAllister. Gee, Mortlock's done some work on defence tonight.
Yeah, he's played really well tonight, Sterling Mortlock.
Now it's Latham. Goes to the air, off the side of the bird.
That's an error. And that goes from a 5-metre scrum to the All Blacks. They're now 55 metres out, their ball into the line out. The turnaround, you can just sense it in the game, the momentum.
Goal, please, let's go.
The ebb and flow, the flow of psychic energy is with them.
Well, they haven't panicked. Being down by 9 at half-time. If anything, it's the Wallabies who have lost some momentum in the second half.
Have you been to Byron Bay lately, Mata?
Turn to describe the whole feel of the game.
Well, here's Carter, cut out pass, McCaw, McAllister, over to the flyer, Rakathoko.
Oh, great tackle, Clyde Rathbone.
Into touch goes Big Joe.
They make 20 metres there, the All Blacks, traditional extension game. One dummy runner coming back on the inside, trying to brace the Wallaby defence. Didn't panic at any stage. They had him numbered up. And then Rathbone used his scintillating pace to catch Rakathoko. That's what he's there for.
Defence is so much a matter of trust as George Smith warms up.
What will he do? Replace War, or will they have both of them on there?
You called all in, yeah? Okay. 6 in, 6.
Olo with a bit of blood coming from the nose. So bring him to the blood bin. Jeremy Ball. Crucial throw in. Goes to Vickerman, the money man. This is better work by the Wallaby forwards.
Oh, very good drive. It's a quality setup. You see the ball at the back there, Jeremy Paul with it. Now the All Blacks start to fight back. You want to get a little bit of momentum forward again if you can before you feed it to your backs.
And here's Gregan, box kick.
I often see this from the Wallabies.
And Rakathoko solid.
And away.
Who made that tackle?
I can't see that.
Got a spread.
Now it's McAllister. Quick hands. Muliaina.
Not forward. No panic there between Takiri. Oh, here's a little one. Takiri and Mortlock. Good communication. No panic in defence.
Gone down here, Australia.
The whole way across, Takiri realised Mortlock was going to get to him. Take the inside man, Takiri. He came across, swept across 40, 50 metres.
Great take from Roko Thoko. I think Rathbone thought he couldn't tackle him because they attacked each other in the air. And they went wide. And Marto, isn't it a trust game? You just got to trust that guy on the inside that he's going to make the tackle.
If Takiri makes that tackle as well, they score. Phil Waugh come from the field. He's got a blood bin. He'll be going to the blood bin. George Smith's on for now.
Second rows, come on. Nice.
George Smith at blindside flank here.
Engage.
Smith, his 68th Test appearance.
That's the far side again, lads. Oh, careful, careful, careful. There's no need. Get your hand down, please. Get your hand down.
McClaw really tried to attack Palu then, but he just stood his ground.
Yeah, well, they now know Palu's the one going to take it off the back all the time from the Australian scrum.
Let's have a crack.
See the All Blacks trying to wheel that Australian scrum on that occasion.
Make sure we're up and behind that. Crouch and hold. Engage. Okay.
Palu taking it off the back again. Back to Takiri.
He's been
Hands
good
away,
tonight.
boys.
Takiri
Hands
making
away.
extra metres.
Leave it, boys. Let's go.
They're going to have a run.
Mortlock.
Good positioning by McDonald, though.
And he'll run it back to the halfway. Chipping into the bread basket of Gregan. Across it goes to Larkham. Wide ball. Takiri.
Okay, Craig. Okay.
Oh, he's created that from nothing, Takiri.
And did it come off one of the All Blacks?
Yeah, Lamu off his shoulder.
Knock on, goal. Knock on. Line out, all scrum. Shoulder.
Plus judge saying it's a line out and an Australian ball into the line out.
Takiri. He was going nowhere there and then all of a sudden created space. Mialamu.
It came off Mialamu's hand, I thought.
But I think the Australians would rather a line out than a scrum. Would I be correct?
They've got the line out and they win it. It's sloppy though. All Blacks contesting and winning it on the ground.
It was an All Black knock on.
Well, it's play on. Here's Collins running at that channel. It's wide of the ruck.
There's a gap there on the inside. No, they've gone wide instead.
McAllister. They get a good bounce and they get it. McDonald, goal jumpers scrambling across. The All Blacks really applying the pressure now. They're only about 2 metres out. The sellout crowd screaming. Somerville getting very close.
Number 12.
They need defenders wide. Wide left.
That's the way they need to go, but it's slow coming out of there. Weepu, he's going to put his head down and have a go. Did he get it there?
Not forward.
He's lost it. Weepu, the reserve scrum half, had a crack on his own.
Let's remember that 59-minute mark. That could be the turning point that seals the Australian victory, because those sort of moments, they should have scored, the All Blacks. Wallabies have kept them out. Put your heads up, boys. That's wonderful stuff. Cliff Palu, the little hand in there. Have a look at the face of Weepu.
Well, some of the Wallabies having a breather here.
And they'll need it, and that's Rodney Blake down injured. They're going to need him for this scrum. This will be a massive scrum for the All Blacks here. They'll try and put something big on. Rodney Blake and his fellow front row buddies have to hang on as tight as they can. Interesting, that backline move across. Richie McCaw just holding back the Australians in defence.
Well, look at Takiri in action tonight.
Well, that's the one that caused points, but apart from that, he's made some huge metres, and his defence has been awesome. Might be in trouble about that one, we're not sure.
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional to put him on his head there.
He's made metres from nothing tonight, Takiri. Focused.
This is when the forwards really need to work hard.
In, please.
There's no use for on-both psychology here.
Exactly. And here's the shove from the All Blacks. Penalty against the All Black scrum.
A moment of relief for the Wallabies.
You've gone up on the clock and you're offside now.
And I'll tell you what, the Harlequin Bar in Sydney, the home of the All Black Supporters Club in Australia, they will be crying into their beer at this stage.
Halfway through the second half, the Wallabies led 20 points to 11 at half-time. Now it's 20-17. Relieving penalty kick, finding touch. Up towards halfway.
Oh, that is a terrific kick.
Well, Jerry Collins.
What's he doing?
He was binding on the Australian scrum.
Here's Phil Waugh, ready to come back on.
Right, this could be the decisive. Do you bring Cliff Parlew off here? He's been so solid, and he's doing the work at the clean up of the scrum.
Let's go.
Regan, Larkham. That pass again to Mortlock. Up over halfway he goes. Here's Regan. Now Vickerman. Change of angle and losing it.
Easy, gentlemen.
Some mistakes still there with the Wallabies.
Big hit, Jerry Collins has caused that turnover. They need to give him a pat on the back.
And there's blood there on the hand as well.
On his head. Is that Morty?
Yeah.
Still
Mortlock. Opened up.
Gee, there's been heaps of blood. That shows some of the intensity. So he hit there someone's head on the way down.
Okay, so far.
I think he's got a boot on the way back. Yeah, he's got the boot on the way back. I think it's Richie McCaw's left boot. See Sterling there. Here comes the boot coming back. As the very sympathetic New Zealand ground people here play, I see red.
Split ends.
10 tackles tonight. Some of those have been crucial. Plenty of metres there as well. Running onto that flat pass from Larkham as the All Blacks brains trust. Hansen on the left, Henry and Smith on the right. Look on.
You know he's had a good. You know you've had a good game when your opposite number gets replaced early. Gerard going on. They must be going to bring Mortlock off the field to stitch him up. Here's McAllister. I wouldn't say he's done a hell of a lot at inside centre for the All Blacks tonight. A few little touches.
He came on late in the preparation when Major was ruled out through injury yesterday.
Yeah, they haven't lost anything too much through him.
Yeah, McAllister's done all right. I think Joe
link man.
Yeah. Rocco Thoko's been very, very good tonight, as has Takiri.
And while all this is happening as well, while we're having a look at some of McAllister's action there at inside centre for the All Blacks, of course there was a lot of question marks. He seems to have overcome that. Phil Waugh has come back on out of the blood bin. George Smith's come back on.
It's interesting with McAllister, he's never played in a losing All Black side. It's his 9th Test match. McCaw hasn't tasted defeat in a Test match as All Black skipper yet. And now Carter dummying. Got it out. Over the top it goes to Dougie Howlett. Howlett cutting back on the inside. The All Blacks, they mean business. The grubber kick by Weepu.
What a way.
Huey Weepu.
There's the box kick now, and it is...
Needs a chase.
Is it out? No, it's not. That was from Gerard, and now Ellie Williams got rid of Gerard. Williams, good return of the football.
There's big chances for the All Blacks if they go wide and left.
McCaw's down in back play.
Now it's McAllister and Carter. Here's Roka Thoko. Roka Thoko getting it across the far side, and it's a brilliant try. Chris Jack scores the try for the All Blacks. That's class. And they are in front, the All Blacks. 22 points to 20. And that came from a clearing kick, the box kick by Gerard. Latham was standing back there. He wanted it. He wanted to put it into touch. Gerard's kick didn't find touch, and now all of a sudden, after leading by 9 at half time, it is the Wallabies trailing by a couple.
Well, Gerard, trying to fix his error, just got brushed off, and it all came from there. They punched it up, got over the advantage line again. We said there were big opportunities, but you've got to convert those opportunities, and they were good enough. Great ball from Roka Thoko, a beauty from Muliaina, and quite simply, 3 Australian players took Muliaina, and Jack, the lock forward, scores a try.
Yeah, this pass I thought was marginal, but it was brilliant play. I mean, they just created so much space for themselves.
How good is that?
And Chris Jack just hung out there wide on the wing. He didn't come in, he didn't see the need, he just saw the space. And in the inside, he had 3 players on defenders on the inside of him. He just couldn't get across.
Have a look at that. 3 Wallaby defenders were all staying on Muliaina because I don't think they considered Jack to be the real threat.
I think they were worried also about Joe Roka Thoko
still being on the inside.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a very professional performance in the second half from the All Blacks. They've maintained and dominated the territory. They haven't let the Wallabies get really into a scoring position.
And Carter adds the extras.
Now, we talked about composure of the Wallabies in the last time round when they played South Africa, and they maintained that composure, were able to snatch a victory at the end.
Look at Chris Jack. How happy is he with that try? Scoring a winger's try 3/4 of the way through a test match.
His 4th test try. The 27-year-old, 52nd test match. Now, this will test the Wallabies. Still plenty of time. It didn't take long for that 9-point advantage at half-time to be eroded.
Hands
So
away,
the
now, go!
All
Hands
Blacks,
away!
they have won the second half 13 points to 0 at the moment. And that's great work. Into touch. The momentum has certainly swung the way of the New Zealanders.
That's that territory domination we just talked about, really sticking down here. The Wallabies have been unable to really get into attacking positions.
Mortlock has stopped the flow of blood.
Who's coming on?
He has had a mighty fixture tonight, Sterling Mortlock. I think signalling Rathbone. No, Gerard.
Gerard.
Well, that's not Rathbone. That's not Sterling Mortlock's job to tell the person to come off.
That'll fire Sterling Mortlock up even more.
So Jeremy Paul.
That was just lack of jumper holding the...
Stop, we're going to stop, but nobody touched him. Nobody touched him. Let's have a look at him, please. Nobody touched him.
Is he okay?
Nathan Sharp.
Hang on, you stay where you are, please.
Oh, it looked dangerous.
Looked terrible. Yeah, they've let go of him at the top of the jump. I'm not sure who was... I think it was Phil Waugh and Rocky Elson lifting him there.
They lifted him so high as well, and it just seemed to be a topple.
Landing on the left shoulder, Nathan Sharp.
So you put Nathan Sharp's, what, nearly 7 foot? What, he's 6'7", 6'8"?
6'8", yeah.
And you got two blokes that are both 6'3" lifting him and holding their arms up. He's coming down from about, well, maybe not Phil Waugh, but he's coming up from about 12, 13 feet he's coming down from.
I was interested to see you add those two heights and then convert it to centimetres.
About 2.2 centimetres to the inch.
That slow-mo looks great, unless you, of course...
Nathan Sharp.
Yes.
Line that again, please, lads. Actually, sorry, it's a Scott.
Phil Waugh looked for the penalty.
Stop the game, sorry, lads.
Hoping it would be one, and him letting Sharpie go, he'd get away with it.
Stay on, gentlemen, no penalties here.
Scrum will pack down and an Australian put in. Regan. Paolo picks it up at the back.
Come away, Black. Don't touch it, Black.
Hardly a decisive scrum for the Australians, but they have possession.
Oh no, they picked it up pretty early.
And Larkham.
That's not out in the possession of Rugby now.
Oh,
well, that's forward.
Oh, that is forward by 18 miles.
And they got away with it.
10 metres.
Larkham straight away.
Latham. Good support play there.
Thank you. That's good, that's good.
Larkham cut out pass to Keary. Muliaina holds on. Wipu over the top. That's great work by the All Black defenders getting across there. Still there for Australia though. And Latham trying to find a hole up the middle.
Oh, he's sparking a few things here, Chris Latham, because there's still big numbers at the top of the screen if they go.
And here's Sharp. Giteau losing the footing. 5 metres inside New Zealand territory. Australia trailing at the moment after they led by 9 at half-time.
He has, let go, boys, let go, they have.
Regan,
Here's
Giteau having a crack on his own, but there's no way through there.
No, he's on his feet, that's it. Let's tie it up, lads. Let's tie it up, scrum down going forward. Yeah, just about, yeah.
Well, he's given the scrum to Australia.
But he was a ruck and he was on his feet. Let's just tidy it up.
It was a ruck and he was on his feet, but you still keep it's a ruck. You can't touch the ball with your hands.
Well, that was some brilliant play from the Wallabies. They've talked behind the goal line, obviously, that they're going to keep attacking. They kept the ball in hand. Latham started to spark things and get involved in the back line. And Mialamu was all over the pill then at that time, had his hand on it, had his foot on it.
Well, Chris Marsoe is on there.
Soialo's coming off. There he is, number 8.
They've been under some pressure earlier this year, the All Blacks, against Ireland, but also against Argentina. But they've been able to hold on under pressure from the Wallabies in Brisbane, of course. And they went on to win by 4 there.
Rocky Elsom coming off now for Mark Chisholm. We weren't anticipating that one. I think when we thought replacements before the game started, we were thinking George Smith would be on there, not Mark Chisholm.
Well, Gregan, Larkham, hammered there, loose ball, and this could be the winning of the Tri-Nations. McAllister running away, and he's going to score the try. A gift 5-pointer for the All Blacks. They're on their feet at Eden Park. Aren't they happy? Luke McAllister, the 22-year-old, scores his second Test try. And that just might break the spirit of the Australians. Larkham absolutely hammered here by Carter. The ball popped up. And McAllister won the foot race. Gregan giving chase. So that's 29 points to 20.
An innocent enough situation, but a great tackle. Ball and all by Carter, using his hands to strip it as he made the tackle. McAllister saw his chance. Gitto knew he couldn't turn and chase. Gregan was the only one. Even if he made the tackle, there were 2 players in support. Howlett smiling, McAllister smiling. All Blacks all around the world, and that guy in the background there smiling too.
Oh, the tragedy there. Steve Larkham hit the ball up. He had it in 2 hands, was just showing it at the time, showing it to pass as the tackle was made on him from Carter. It couldn't have popped up any better for McAllister.
It wasn't an overly powerful tackle by Carter. He virtually had to jump in the air to make the tackle, but stripped it just one of those moments of the game.
And now Carter trying to add the extra 2. It's a beauty. So that is now 31 points to 20. So in the second half, Phil Kearns, they have won it 20 points to 0 so far.
Yeah, and here it is, he was just about to let go of the ball then, Stephen Larkham, as he got hit in that tackle. It popped up, and you'll see Steve Larkham has just come to the bench, and Matt Rogers is on in the jersey 22.
Well, this game's not over. There's still time. The All Blacks bench there. Aaron Major in the centre. Graham Henry hasn't changed his facial expression whatsoever.
Well, at the start of the match, it was do or die, now or never, for the Wallabies as they tried to keep the Tri-Nations alive. Now they have to have a real crack. Led by 9 at half-time, now down by 11.
Al Baxter coming onto the field.
3 goals, sorry.
Rodney Blake coming off. Plenty of time to score 2 tries. One of them needs to be converted. Heaps of time.
So Matt Rogers with the restart. To Keary. Went without it. Snaffled out of the air there by Ellie Williams. Carter. Plenty of All Blacks out wide. Marsoe.
Let go,
Not a lot between the 2 sides as far as the possession stat goes. And there's a little kick through from McAllister. Giving the possession to the Wallabies. There's someone got a little bit of magic here to get them back in it.
Not a lot of holes in that All Black defence. They've got to work a little bit harder to create something.
They need runners punching into holes. They go the short side. Gregan. Good tackle by Joe Rockethoko. Gregan. Gitto at first receiver.
Chisholm's put it down.
It's gone behind him.
Referee saying it's play on.
Phil Ward needs help there.
Still there. Gregan. Greg Holmes. Now Rogers. Rogers! Inside ball. Mortlock.
Not forward.
Greg Holmes has put it down. Oh, Rogers looking very dangerous. Advantage is over. Latham back there on his own.
And he's going to have a go.
Latham.
He's going to need some support there.
McCaw did well.
McCaw covered about 80 metres there in total to get to Latham.
Chris Latham has done beautifully.
Palu. Now there's a grubber kick.
Oh, Takiri!
Needs a good bounce. Gets it. Lottie Takiri. Did he get it down? We are going upstairs. That was desperate defence at the end of it by the All Blacks. We're going upstairs.
He's got it down, Clarkie. I've just seen his face. The little celebration after the try. He has scored back.
Yeah.
Well,
Giddo
it was
went
great
straight
thinking. This will show us. Takiri. There it is.
Oh, no doubt.
The Wallabies back in it. A double to Lottie Takiri.
Oh, the awareness. He kept his eyes on it, looked at it, finally closed them when he had the ball dotted down. What a little what would you call it? A check side grubber. Change of direction grubber kick. He had the call, Matt Giddo, from Takiri. Carried it through to perfection.
It was great vision from Takiri to call that, or Giddo, whoever called it, but it was brilliant communication, great vision, and the speed. I got a sense that he was held back as well, Takiri.
Have a look. Have a look at Takiri there. No, all clear there. Or you mean before he took it?
Here, yeah.
No, simultaneous from Howlett.
Well, he slammed it down.
That's brilliant play, Matt Gitto. Lovely stuff. Howlett responded very slowly at the start, and that's what cost them the try. Wallabies are back in this.
And Mortlock from out wide.
He hasn't missed one tonight, has he, Clarkie?
He hasn't. I wasn't going to say it.
Oh, sorry.
Will it come round?
Beautiful.
Yes, it will. We had confidence in him, didn't we?
We certainly did, mate.
27 now to 31.
Put that down at Chris Latham's counter-attack. He had a go. I know McCaw caught him, but from there, that was the one. Lottie Takiri tried to shake Howlett off. That's the moment of panic when you go, my God, I'm going to be short. No, I'm not. Have a look at him now.
22, in fact, 2 tries tonight to Lottie Takiri.
What? Say it again. What a test match.
And now Takiri gets it again. Howlett holds on.
Come away, two Black.
And Rogers pops it into touch. Didn't gain a lot of territory. Now it's the All Blacks' turn. Just to turn the screw. Less than 7 minutes remaining. The Wallabies have not won at Eden Park since 1986.
Not forward if the ref saw it.
The first hand was a black hand. The first hand was a black hand. We scummed down goal.
Well, these are the little things that the Wallabies need to go their way.
Then not the other way.
The All Blacks touched it first, so they'll play the first knock on.
First hand in the middle is black.
This is Chisholm down injured, I think, is it?
No,
Vickerman. What happened to Vickerman? He's the one jumping there, went well over him. Had something on the way down.
Something as he's landed.
I think his lifters let him go as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go back to 1986, the last time the Wallabies won at Eden Park. Can they pull something out of the bag here and break that run of 7 losses since 86? The All Blacks have won the last 18 test matches played at this ground.
Kenzie, there is some good comedy again with the music being played while there's an injury, because George Gregan was shown on the big screen. They started playing Are You Old Enough? I think that's Sherbet. Would that be correct?
No, that's Dragon.
Dragon. We could go on the music trivia.
Okay, lads, start again, please. We're starting to move on contact.
Great bit of leadership from Jeremy Paul there, really getting stuck into the boys, into the forwards there, saying, come on, there's 6 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go. Dig in deep. We need to get down the other end.
Crouch and hold.
Lottie Takiri, they're in the 22. He's at first receiver.
Crouch and hold.
Must be looking to bang it up off Cliff Palu.
Any problem?
Well, they've used him quite a bit off Palu. I think 3 times they've used him.
Okay. It's gone.
Here's Palu dummying this time.
He gets the gap, and now the Wallabies want to go wide.
Big gap, boys.
And it's Mortlock straightening.
Look at that for meters.
And Gregan. Now it's Vickerman up over halfway. Good meters here by the Wallabies. They need possession. They need territory. Here's Jeremy Paul, still full of running.
Come away, Black. Out.
Gitto.
No, then.
Mortlock again. Inside ball.
Chisholm.
Chisholm. taken by McDonald. This is good work by the Wallabies. Now straightening it up on his own. Palu.
Good tackle.
Hammered. Takiri at first receiver again. Wants to be part of this game.
The All Blacks have plenty of time now just to get that one line of defence.
Phil Waugh.
George Gregan took ages for the ball to pass then.
Phil Waugh is right out here on the left wing.
And here's Giddo. Will a gap open up? That's Latham. And Carter did well. It's loose.
It's a turnover, it's got to be.
No, there it is.
Oh, somehow it's come back on the Wallaby side.
Mortlock.
In 24, Sterling Mortlock. It's gone backwards, has it? No, it's gone forward.
Oh, so close. The All Blacks will take great solace from that one. The scrambling recovery to keep that out. That doesn't look out. Come back for the scrum, most likely.
Yes, it's going to come back for the knock on.
Was that Chisholm with the knock forward just through his arms?
Shades of Bledisloe too. And the Wallabies just not finishing off a couple of moves.
Still plenty of time.
Still some worried faces in the crowd here.
Crouch and hold, engage.
The All Blacks have been the best finishers so far out of these two teams in the test matches played in 2006. McDonald had to rush it in the end.
This is a good posse, good field position. 4 to go, 3.5 to go. Wallabies, their ball.
Beautifully cool under pressure, Leon McDonald then. He got some ugly ball from his scrum. It was a big scrum from the Wallabies. They edged the All Blacks back. And here we see Waugh and Palu going out into the Wallaby centres.
So Jeremy Paul, can he find one of his jumpers? 31-27. Good win at the line-out for the Wallabies. Here's Phil Waugh. Inside ball to Takiri. Up to the 22. Gregan needs to take control. Here's Mortlock, and Jeremy Paul dragged that one down brilliantly. They're inside the New Zealand 22. Here's Phil Waugh. Collins was up on him, took him ball and all, but Waugh laid it back. Rogers, he's fresh. Rogers, if he sees a big forward in front of him, he'll try and take him on. He spotted Somerville that time, but Carter was also there to help drag him down. Now it's Clyde Rathbone running it back, and Jack is in there.
That didn't quite go as he intended.
Turnover to the All Blacks. Great work. And now, will they try and put it out? Nobody is at the back. They need a good bounce. Rokathoko. Oh, here's Mortlock.
Oh, this is game.
Mortlock. But McDonald read it pretty well. Got a good ball away. Piri Weepu. The All Blacks through Collins. They give chase on Collins. Giddo is there.
25.
Oh, Giddo.
Penalty.
25. 25.
What's happened here, Mark?
Yep.
No, it's against Phil Waugh.
Something serious.
Craig Joubert.
Deliberate and cynical. Number 25.
Yellow card.
Deliberate, cynical man there. Off.
Phil Waugh in the sin bin.
And blood bin.
That just might be it. The Wallabies turning over possession inside New Zealand's territory, and this classy All Black team didn't panic.
So what if Phil Waugh must have dived on the breakdown? Oh, no, there it is there. Harley Williams. Ooh, that is sin-binnable, there's no doubt.
Well, Waugh by name, and it looks like a bit of a war horse with the claret coming out of some scratches on the face. The Wallabies down to 14, and of course, this one here, a penalty attempt from Carter.
And this is where the problem. Too high, Clyde Rathbone, and encountered plenty of defence. They just kept working at the ball until it came out the side of the All Blacks. Next thing you know, it's pumped 50 metres downfield, and it comes to here. McDonald had thrown a super short ball to create this opportunity. There's Phil Waugh pulling back Harley Williams, who was in support of Jerry Collins. Stop the clock, sir. It's taken an age for Carter to kick this.
The 150th Trans-Tasman Test match. It's been a cracker. Wallabies lead 20-11 at half-time, but now The All Blacks lead by 4, and the kick is a brilliant kick. So that is now 34-27. Best the Wallabies can do is draw. 34-27. Brilliant second half by the All Blacks.
Don't expect any kicking from the Wallabies here except for this kickoff.
Going to Mortlock's side, too flat.
Oh, shocker.
And they just want to drill it down into the Wallabies half.
Is that Chris Jack kicking that?
Yeah, it was a magic kick.
Trivia question.
It's all over at Eden Park. So this incredible run of success for the All Blacks continues in Auckland. The referee has blown full time, and New Zealand have won it by 34 points to 27. The Australians led by 9 at half-time, but they just couldn't go on with it. But I think compared to their efforts against South Africa in Sydney a fortnight ago, they've taken some giant strides forward, this Wallaby team. They'll take some positives out of this, but there is no denying that the All Blacks are certainly the best team in the Tri-Nations of 2006. They had already wrapped up the Bledisloe Cup. Now they've taken the series 3-0, and they have wrapped up, or not quite wrapped up, the Tri-Nations. Mathematically, there is still a chance that, well, no, that is it. Because the Australians only scored 3 tries. They needed to score 4 tries and finish within 7 to keep the series alive. So we can say, congratulations, New Zealand, Bledisloe Cup and Tri-Nations champions for 2006.
Well, it was the way they won that second half, the All Blacks, that decided that match. The Wallabies, the first half belonged to them. The way they didn't concede the errors, they showed discipline, they showed brilliance out wide and brutality in close. But then
thanks, Nisbo. Well, Richie must be delighted. 3 in a row this year, Wallabies, but you had to come back this time round.
Yeah, it was very satisfying, but you know, the Wallabies were desperate. We knew they would be, and you know, I guess in the second half we had to get desperate too, but you know, the guys again showed a lot of character to get out of jail.
Great depth, the depth that you've been trying to build.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's a few guys probably played their biggest test so far, and you know, I think it was a tough night for everyone. It was you know, a lot of pressure on, but I think they came through pretty well, and I guess we'll take the win definitely.
Line out quite effective at times. You managed to steal a couple of those. You scored a good first half try as a result of a clean take. That was one of the good aspects.
Yeah, very pleasing, the line out. We put a lot of work into it, and it's always going to be the odd one that goes either way, but we got the line out ball we needed at times under pressure, which you just got to do in test matches.
What was said at the break? Because it must have been some anxious times, down by 9.
Oh, I don't know about anxious, but Graham certainly said, you know, we're going to come out and play. We were perhaps they had the better of the physical side of things in the first half, and we had to come out and try and match that. And I think to some degree we did.
You're on a plane in a couple of days, but I think you've got some silverware to get. So off you go. Thanks very much.
Cheers, Billy.
Yes, pretty happy with that one, Richie McCaw. And shortly we'll hear from George Gregan. So the All Blacks,
George, it
here we
wasn't
go.
for the lack of trying tonight. You guys threw everything at it. After the performance 2 weeks ago, you bounced back well.
Yeah, it's a real test match. You know, I think every time we play against New Zealand, both teams play very positively, try to use the ball. It's very fast. I think both teams are getting their breath at the end of that match. But it's just a good example of 2 halves where we took our opportunities and created pressure into points, and they did that in the second half. We fought back valiantly, but we just didn't finish them off in the second half.
Did you feel you might have sat on the lead a wee bit early in the second half? Did you change any tactics?
No, we wanted to play. We just weren't good enough at getting out of our own half, and they were very good at getting territory and putting some pressure on. And you know, that's what you've got to do in these tight test matches. That's the difference in the end.
One of the areas you've done them over in the past 2 tests was the line-outs. They came back a bit stronger there and looked like they may have stolen a couple off you.
Oh, I think any time you play against an opponent and they might beat you in a certain area, you put a lot of work into it to make sure that you compete well and sometimes come out on top, and they certainly did that in the line-out. But, you know, it's top-level football, and, you know, we know each other's games pretty well.
Season over in terms of the Tri-Nations, but still some work to do in South Africa.
Yeah, we'd like to finish off the domestic season really well with a good performance in Johannesburg. It's a good challenge for us. A bit like coming here, we haven't won here for a number of years, and we're keen to do that over there in Johannesburg.
It's been 20 years, George, but have a good night anyway.
I knew you'd remind me, Smitty. Cheers, mate.
Yes, 1986, the last time the Wallabies tasted victory here. We're going to have to wait even longer for the next win. 34 points to 27. New Zealand over Australia. Pretty good test match. I hope you enjoyed it. Wallabies leading 20 points to 11 at half-time, but in that second half, the New Zealanders won the second half by 23 points to 7. So Eaton, Jack and McAllister, the try scorers for the New Zealanders. Carter, a couple of conversions and 5 penalty goals. And for Australia, Takiri a double and Elsom, the other try scorer. Mortlock had a perfect night with the boot, 3 conversions and 2 penalty goals as well. Now we're just standing by for the presentation. Here's Ian Jones.
We are ready for the presentation of the Bledisloe Cup and the Phillips Tri-Nations Trophy. Please welcome to the stage our presentation party, President of the New Zealand Rugby Union, Mr. John Graham, President of the Australian Rugby Union, Mr. Paul McLean, Chairman of SANZAAR, Mr. Peter McGrath, and the CEO of Phillips New Zealand, your series sponsor, Mr. Errol McKenzie. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the trophy presentation of the Bledisloe Cup and the Phillips Tri-Nations Trophy for 2006. I am sure you'll all agree with me that the last 3 Bledisloe Cups have lived up to the expectations of these 2 wonderful sides. And please, Eden Park, give it up for the Wallabies and the All Blacks. A wonderful game, a wonderful series. I'd now like to call on Richie McCaw, captain of the All Blacks, to come forward and receive the Bledisloe Cup from the President of the New Zealand Rugby Union, Mr. John Graham, and the President of the Australian Rugby Union, Mr. Paul McLean. Richie McCaw and the All Black captain. The Bledisloe Cup. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's victory by the All Blacks also secured the 2006 Phillips Tri-Nation Series trophy. And I'm going to call up the SANZAAR chairman, Mr. Peter McGrath, to also hand over the captain of the All Blacks the Phillips Tri-Nations Trophy, Richie McCaw. And now, Eden Park, a few words from your All Black skipper.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge George and the Wallaby team. Tonight we knew there was going to be one hell of a test match, and that's what it was. The first half, you took it to us. We had to go back into half-time and reassess things because I think you outmuscled us in the first half. But, I guess credit to our team, the All Blacks. We had to dig deep, and I guess coming away with it in the end, we're very happy. I'd like to acknowledge not only the people here, but everyone in New Zealand this year. This is our last time we get to play in front of our home crowd, but our support everywhere around New Zealand, and especially here tonight, has been outstanding. So I just thank everyone in New Zealand for their support. We've got a couple more games to go, heading on the road first thing tomorrow to South Africa. But to have these 2 trophies already with a couple of games to go is very satisfying. And hopefully we can do the business over in South Africa. Lastly, on behalf of the All Black team, I'd like to just acknowledge and give our sympathies to all the families and friends of the Mary Queen, Dame Tiara. All our wishes are with you, and from the All Black team. That's about all I have, but again, thank you very much. We'll hopefully do the business in South Africa. Cheers.
Richie McCaw, well done. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the presentation of the Bledisloe Cup and the Phillips Tri-Nations. Now, we look forward to the 2 remaining All Black games against our great foes, the Springboks in South Africa, and of course, the All Blacks tour to Europe. Have a safe trip home. and have a good evening. Thank you very much.
So the presentation complete. The trophy cabinet is full. The trophy cabinet well and truly full now here in New Zealand. And they go to 17 points on the Tri-Nations table. Australia 11, South Africa 1. And next Saturday, it will be the Springboks playing the All Blacks in Pretoria, 11 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports. And the following week, it'll be the same two teams doing battle in Rustenburg. And then after that, it's going to be the Wallabies taking on the Springboks in South Africa. So we still have 3 more test matches to go in the Tri-Nations. But for the moment, they are celebrating the All Blacks. And Greg Martin, final word from you. They deserve it.
Well, that was the pick of the test match this year. May well have been the best game of rugby this year. As Australians, we're disappointed, but we're looking right now at a very, very special All Black side. But as an Australian, may also say, I hope they peaked too soon.
And Phil Kearns, some positives to come out of that Wallaby performance tonight.
Well, I always thought that performance 2 weeks ago was an aberration. They've gone huge steps.
So full time here at Eden Park, 34-27, All Blacks win again.